If I were to start freelancing in Upwork in 2025, here is how I would do it differently to land client faster and start earning consistently if I am starting from zero client. So first things first is your Upwork profile. It is your storefront, so you have to make it count because you only have few seconds to grab the client's attention. Very important first thing is your headshot. The headshot should be friendly, professional, and formal. It should not be a photo with beach as a background or not a photo of you on somewhere. It has to be a white background or whatever color of the background, but it has to be formal. And you must not be wearing any sunglasses or a helmet or whatever. So it must be corporate picture or corporate headshot. Next, your title. The title must be keyword rich so that when the clients are searching, it would appear. Like, say for example, for me it's CPA or CFO or finance manager or bookkeeper or QuickBooks Online or Zero or something like that, because those are some of the words that clients are gonna search online or in the platform to look for talents like me. It must be niche focused. You have to be specialized on some field. It may be different levels in the same field, but it has to be something related. Like me, I do bookkeeping and I also do some CFO stuff and even controllership roles, but they are all in the umbrella of finance. Next is your description. So description is very important. It must give the client an idea on how you will solve their problems. It's not just like dumping down all your credentials or your educational attainment or whatever titles you hold in your life, but it must be something that the client will see that you have a potential of helping them solve their problems. Some of the things that I include in my profile is how I work, what are the tools I do, what are the reports I will provide with them, what's the timeline if I help them, how fast I can provide them reports. Say for example, I will submit to you your finance report on or before the 10th of the month. I include that in my description. Be careful with your description about grammar. It must be well written, otherwise it will give an impression to the client that you did not put on the effort on your profile. Profile is the packaging of your service, of how good you are. If a product is good, it is not properly packaged or it was not wrapped in a way that it's presentable or it's not attractive, the clients would not avail, are not even interested to explore if you are really good. So you have to make your profile, especially the description, real good. Next is the portfolio. It's written below the profile. There's skills there, and then down below you would see your portfolio. Here you can add a sample of works you have done, the on-demand certifications for specific job. Like if you are into project management, some of the most sought after certification is ClickUp and other project management tools. You finish those certifications. For us accountants, it is QuickBooks Pro Advisor certification, so I do have that. I also included some of a screenshot of the successful jobs I finished in Upwork. That's because I do have experience already with Upwork, but back then when I was still starting up, I just stick with the certifications that I know or I underwent the training of QuickBooks Pro Advisor and Zero Advisor or Zero Certified Advisor programs. That's what you need to do with your profile. For me, there's still a lot of things, but I'm gonna do a different video on how to optimize your profile. Number 2 is master how you market yourself. Clients do not just hire skills. They hire reliability, professionalism, and of course, results. So number 1 is you sell your work ethic. It's one of the ways that you can attract clients. Say for example, you would say, I respond to emails, chats, and messages less than 24 hours. So that's your response time. Another example is you say, if I make mistakes in my output or in my reports, I always own them up and correct them and take responsibility of my work. I will not make a lot of excuses. So I would know how you are going to respond or how will you handle criticism in case, because as human as we are in our work, we all make mistakes. Number 2 is you show proof of achievements. This could be your any certificate of appreciations you received in your work before, big or small, that could be useful. Whatever honors you receive in school, that could also be useful. Whatever certificate of accomplishments or diploma or degree or anything that you can show that you can deliver something excellent, you can really give them value. Number 3, how you can market yourself is you talk about the tools and systems that you have, you are literate, or you are very familiar, or you are expert with. This is remote work, and it's very important that we are very good with using tools and systems, and we have the infrastructure to deliver the work in a remote setup. So by tools, I mean softwares, like how good you are with Google Workspace. How for us accountants, how good we are in using Google Sheets, using Google Docs, sometimes using Canva for report presentation, using Zapier for automation, of course using QuickBooks Online, using Xero. Those are main accounting softwares that are famous today. So for us accountants, those are the things that we should be, or the tools that we should be fluent or literate. Systems, these are accounting systems. QuickBooks is part of them, Xero is part of them. There's SAP, NetSuite, or whatever system you're familiar with in your life, or how good you are in building entire finance setup, or like systems and processes of a company, of how good you are. And for infrastructures, this is about the device you are using, the internet speed you have, and electricity stability in your area. Because there's always an impression that with Filipinos, we are always offline because our internet is bad, and you have to give them proof about that, or you have to mention that in your proposal or during interviews or whatever. If you have that window of opportunity that you can sell yourself, make sure you include it. Next is you highlight your responsiveness and reliability. Your responsiveness and reliability are always game changers in a remote setup, because this is not like a face-to-face job where the boss will see if you're working or not. But with remote space, with a remote setup, they have to rely on your responsiveness and your reliability to deliver the job. Say for example, you say that I'm gonna finish the job in 2 days. So in 2 days, either you finish the job, or if you're not able to do that, you have to tell them what happened, how long it's gonna take from that day. You can deliver it later in the day, or by the next day, or next 2 days, and you explain why. So those are the information that the clients would need, and it's always gonna work. You deliver, and if you were not able to deliver, just let the client know. The next is I would level up my skills. Certification give you instant credibility, so you take certifications. I have a lot of friends going for a lot of certifications, but just make sure that you really started. You create your profiles and proposals, you look for jobs, and then on the way you also look for certifications, because a lot of my people I know, even my friends, just go about taking a lot of certification programs and did not even bother to apply. So it's just like owning up a lot of tools and weapons, but you're not in a fight, so you will never have a chance to win. So you have to be in, and then you master or you level up your skills. Certifications are also very important, especially if you don't have any reviews yet, you do not have any work history in Upwork yet. So certifications are very helpful when you start. If you're an accountant or bookkeeper, you complete Xero Advisor program and QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certifications. You make sure you finish those. And if you're a project manager, look for certifications that are popular today with the skills you're offering. Some people I know, social media managers, there's also trainings they have to undergo. You also study how you will gain badges in Upwork. That's how you level up as well. You also undergo trainings and seminars on the tools you're gonna need to use in your work. Like me, studying on how to use Power BI, Power Query, in Excel and Microsoft products, and also using advanced features of Google Sheets to at least automate the work or reduce the manual effort in doing the work. For accountants, it's also very helpful if you will study about Zapier. That's number 3, level up your skills. The fourth one that I would do if I'd start as a freelancer in Upwork this year is I will work as an apprentice. This is The easiest way to be familiar what will happen if you will already have a client. So you work as an apprentice, you look for someone, a lot of my friends, or not even friends, people reach out to me if they can be my apprentice and stuff. Some of them I granted, some I don't, because there's a lot of them already and I can no longer manage. So some of them that I see that these people would take the apprenticeship seriously and not be wasting my time with them, and they also invested in themselves, so I give them chance to be my apprentice. You don't have to go solo from day one. You can always work with someone with experience. You look for established freelancers in your niche, send them a message. Like in Upwork, you can send a message with fellow freelancers before. In our firm, we do actually have an apprenticeship program where you will gain real experience and you will also give testimonials to your Upwork profile. I will add a link in the description of this video. It's a sign-up link. We don't accommodate a lot of apprentices because if the time it would take to supervise this apprentice and give them the attention they need for them to learn would also take a toll on us. We're just very limited. So if you would sign up, we will let you know which batch you're in and what month it's gonna start. If you're interested, just click on the link below to sign. The fifth one that I would do is to stay active in Upwork. Before I did not know that it's gonna matter that you are active in the platform, but later on from the tons of research I did, I realized I learned job searching. If you search, send proposals, join the community, just open your profile every day. It's gonna increase your chances of getting noticed by first the algorithm of Upwork gonna detect that you are looking for a job. Now if a client is looking for a talent with the skills you are offering and at least the rate is kind of within that range, the algorithm is gonna send your profile on the top of the list of the client, list of the talents. That's one of the way that you're gonna get a chance because you are on the top of the list that the client would see. There's a higher chance that the client's gonna message you, especially if you send a proposal to the job posting that the client made. I'm gonna do a separate video of what the client will see if you are looking for a talent and if they're posting a job, so you guys would also have an idea what will happen. But this video, let's just focus on this one first. You search jobs daily, save ideal jobs based on the skills and the rate you're offering. You send proposals regularly and then you join Upwork community. So that's how you stay active on Upwork. Number 6 is you invest in connects. Waiting for free connects each month will slow you down. If you invest something like 1,200 every month, you're gonna get 100 connects and that's gonna give you 10 or something like 8 proposals. So you can send 2 additional proposals each week. That's gonna give you more chances to pitch your services. This is one of the good things I did back then. So it took me 3 months. If I did not even invest in connects, for sure I would never have a client. This is one of the things I did myself when I started up. I invested in connects. It's a small investment that can land your first paid project faster, and it worked for me. Number 7 is you apply smart and not blind. I'm guilty of this one. Back when I started, I just sent proposals to whatever job that I will see in the most recent jobs. Not right, and it wasted me a lot of connects and wasted a lot of effort. So don't just apply to everything. You apply to what fits you best. So what fits to the skills you offer, what fits to the rate you are at. Also, you look for the jobs where the job post is recent, maybe less than 15 proposals, and it is just posted something like less than an hour. No one has been interviewed yet, because these are not HR people who are hiring. These are business owners, and they don't have that time on earth to interview everybody who applies. If they invite someone for an interview, it's around 80% chance that they are gonna hire either one of them. So if you just look at the job postings that has already someone hired, there's only one interviewed, one hired. That's always the case. If someone is already interviewed, maybe you only have something like 2% or 1% of chance that you're gonna get hired. Number 1, the job post is recent. Number 2, no one has been interviewed yet. Number 3, you have 100% of the listed skills. So if you look at the job posting, check the skills listed on the job posting, and you make sure that you have all of those in your profile. You check if there are some of the skills that are not added, you just add them before you send your proposal. On the matching list, that would increase your chance to be a best match to that job. The next one is you meet all the requirements that look like location, time zone, and availability. Some of the job postings requires you to be in Americas. If you are like me from the Philippines, of course you will not qualify. You're just wasting your time. So don't do it. It's very intentional that they add the location. 99% of the time they will not hire someone outside the location, and also time zone, and also sometimes they want someone to speak French or Spanish simply because the environment that their business is in. So do not apply if you are not fluent in Spanish or French or whatever language was required in that job posting. So do not apply, you're just wasting your time. So me, I'm guilty of all of this back then, so it was just a waste of my time, and maybe was one of the reasons why it took me 3 months, because I don't know anything about this. Number 8 and the last one is always prioritize your client's needs. This is the mindset that separates freelancers who survive from those who grow. I would consider I survive and I grown in freelancing because I started from $6 to something like $20 or $22 an hour. Always lead with value in your proposal. For example, this is the golden words that you can put in your proposals. You start with, here's how I'll help you solve your problem. If the client already laid down the problems or the issues, the job, what he needs, in your proposals, you lay down how are you going to help them or solve them the problem, or how are you going to deliver the reports needed. By the way, some of the clients would require you to put something like words. Put the word orange on top of your proposal to let us know that you read the entire job posting. You make sure you do that. If you did not put that word orange, they will not even bother to read your proposal. If you are just starting out in 2025, this game plan, the things I've mentioned from 1 to 8, help you build your profile, you win your clients faster, and deliver great results. If this helps you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on winning as a freelance accountant or as a freelancer in Upwork. Thank you very much and have a great day.